Of course. Let's talk to Heidi Hummels, who's KTAR news reporter in Phoenix, Arizona. Donald Trump this morning saying he's going to meet Putin again. I think we've got a clip.
I'd say within 2 weeks or so, pretty quick. Marco Rubio is going to be meeting with his counterpart, as you know, Lavrov, and they'll be meeting pretty soon. They're going to set up a time and a place very shortly. Maybe it's already set up. They've already spoken. And I thought it was a very good phone call. I thought very productive. But I'll be meeting with President Putin, and we'll make a determination. Tomorrow I'm meeting with President Zelensky, and I'll be telling them about the call. I mean, we have a problem. They don't get along too well, those two, and it's sometimes tough to have meetings, so we may do something where we're separate but equal. We'll meet and talk parties, but this is a terrible relationship the two of them have, and it's one of those things.
Donald Trump, fresh, of course, from the Middle East situation, where he managed to get a ceasefire organised between Hamas and Israel, which some people never thought would happen. Heidi, very good morning to you.
Good morning, Mike. Good to see you again.
Nice to see you too. Zelensky turns up, I think, in D.C. today to see Donald Trump. Again, something that a lot of people wouldn't have thought might happen, considering what it was like the first time they met. What's going to happen today, do you think?
That's right. Zelensky is meeting with President Trump today at the White House, and they're going to talk about Tomahawks. And Tomahawks are these long-range missiles that the U.S. could be supplying to Ukraine. Now, when Putin got wind of this, that the U.S. might be supplying Ukraine with Tomahawks, that these Tomahawks could reach Moscow if launched from Ukraine. That's when he called up President Trump, and the two of them had a more than 2-hour phone call talking about what it would take to get a ceasefire done and end this war.
Right. Isn't it interesting that when you start threatening people with weapons, they suddenly start to want to come to the table?
Absolutely. You know, Putin has not been at the table resuming peace talks until this Tomahawk talk came up, that Zelensky would be coming back to the White House to meet with President Trump. So it's definitely putting pressure on Russia right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's the point, isn't it? That if he can do, I mean, people were sort of half joking about it on Monday, that he could, could he end 2 wars inside 1 week? I mean, it's not out of the question at this point.
Yeah, President Trump definitely has momentum right now after ending the war in Gaza this week. Now he has his sights set on Ukraine, and he wants to end the war there. He's putting a lot more pressure on Russia. So in this 2-hour phone call, they talked about Putin even congratulated Trump for creating peace in the Middle East this week. They talked about the U.S.'s trade relationship with Russia. Trump would like to improve the U.S.'s trade relationship with Russia when this war is over, because at the end of the day, Trump's a businessman. Yeah.
And for him, I mean, there's also a lot of talk about these rich minerals that Ukraine has got, that Trump wants to try and see if he can get some piece of, right?
Yeah, the U.S. has reason to keep their relationships amicable with both Russia and Ukraine. So we definitely have a lot to offer both countries, and they have resources that we want as well.
Yeah, exactly right. So, I mean, will there likely be some sort of, progress made on that front today with Zelensky?
Hopefully, we'll see in 2 weeks how the summit goes in Hungary with Putin and Trump. But I don't know. Zelensky might be disappointed with how things go at the White House today. He was hoping to leave with a guarantee that the U.S. was going to be giving Tomahawks to Ukraine. Now that Trump is meeting with Putin in Hungary, those Tomahawks aren't guaranteed.
Right. And meanwhile, the war continues in Ukraine. They never quite know when the next missile is going to hit, do they?
No, it's tragic. It's been going on for almost 4 years now, and people in both nations want to see it come to an end.
Yeah, exactly right. And I mean, has Trump been viewed any differently back in the States this week after what happened in the Middle East in Sharm el-Sheikh on Monday?
Oh, yeah. Everyone is singing his praises on both sides of the aisle because, the conflict in the Middle East has been going on for centuries, and no one thought that he could get this done. Trump did campaign on this promise that he would end both wars within the first 100 days of office even. We're a little past that now, but if he gets both of these wars ended this month, it's a big win for him. I
mean, I saw even Hillary Clinton was actually congratulating, which I thought must have been painful for her to do.
Yeah, definitely a lot of bipartisanship when it comes to ending wars. Yeah. Who wants war?
Exactly right. Heidi, good to see you. Thank you very much indeed. Heidi Hummel there, KTAR news reporter in Phoenix, Arizona.